which is real deal shit. That's why they came out with the new trilogy and the movies. It was in the movies and the new thing, the 20-year anniversary, because it is critical at that particular time that some things that happened. And so it's some real awful things that happened, and I've just been revealed it, so therefore we're going to get into that tonight also too. So I'm talking ahead of myself. Let me get the libations going, and then we can go from there to get the energy. Now I'm going to have to take a couple of piss breaks because I've been drinking, because I got up 6 o'clock, so I had to drink, I had to get pumped up, so I had to drink the coffee, drink a whole lot of water, drink a lot of water and stuff, you see, so I can be awake. So, you know the deal. We don't deal with stuff we're beyond being cool, with scruples and all that kind of stuff that divide us. We talking to family members now, so I take a couple of piss breaks, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the deal is, because I'm drinking a lot of water, you see, so we can't show our girls to each other. We do, because this is all we have now. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the key about being humble at this particular time, is not really caring about how you look before people. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what the whole society is, and that's called a postmodern society. You see what I'm saying? In the book, The People of the Secret, in that book there's a whole chapter in there on how America, the empire changed, which is America, and it's more advanced, but it's lacking in spirituality because everything is based on how things look. You see what I'm saying? So at this particular time, we shouldn't have no scruples. And I think that the last 140 years of education has actually ruined us. The miseducation has actually ruined us. We were an innocent people, and now we have become, with what you call that whole British mentality and that royal stink, that the same slave masters of the colonizers, we have that now. So there's no innocence among us. You see what I'm saying? Because we were too busy trying to not look ghetto. You see what I'm saying? And as a result, we have become the same cold beast. You see, that messed up the Nigeria. You see what I'm saying? That messed up the brothers from the island. That messed us up in the educational structure. You know what I'm talking about. That cold robot type of entity that they have created. And that's one of the goals in the indoctrination that they're trying to do. So at this particular time, let's get the libations going. And then I might go libate myself. Also, I have that Christ ritual. I have a Christ ritual. And I suggest that, that's Xerox copies. So when you get them, you're supposed to go and Xerox them. And hell, if you, sell them for yourself. Hell, Xerox is a fine, So you're supposed to get this type of stuff. As long as you get the stuff out there. You see what I'm saying? Also, I'm going to give you the internet number to the actual, the racist jokes and the actual Ku Klux Klan system under the internet number that deals with the actual racist paraphernalia on the internet, as well as one of the ones to show you the same system where they got a guy jugging this guy behind with a rebel flag, with a broom, I think, and it's the same thing that happened to the brother in New York, that was an actual Masonic, and when we say Masonic, we're talking about the Ku Klux Klan is an advanced Masonic organization. It ain't no bunch of motherfuckers riding around on some sheets and you taking two in the back. That's an advanced system. You see what I'm saying? And so therefore that was an actual Masonic code that went down. You see what I'm saying? Went down. So we're going to get into that particular part too. So I'm trying to get into this and all, so we can get on with this thing and all. And see the good part about it, once we go to libation, we don't have to worry about a person getting sleep and all that type of stuff. Because, the energy will sweep us. The energy will sweep us and all. You see what I'm saying? So let's deal with this right now. You know the deal. Kevin, I say Sephra, I say Shachma, I say Bina, I say Geberah, I say Tiberah, I say Nakhtar, I say Had, I say Yasayah, I say Malkut, I say, now that was the Kabbalistic deities, but we also have the Roman, the Greek, and the reason why I'm saying that, because once you say these are black, see, we've been negating this particular thing, you see, because we thought it was white. They are not the inventors of anything. But we got to get beyond that right now because there's no such thing no more as a black race. That's over. Serious business. And I'm saying that because it's basically you in this room is interested, and that's it. The rest of that and all is big. And when I get into this and all, you'll understand. I think we get caught up into that, and I think that's more of a romanticism. You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's the light bringers and that remnant. There's no more such thing as a black race. Let's hang that shit up. That ain't nothing out there but straight up zombies. Good. They might be dead, might go to church, they might be educated, but just straight up zombies. So there ain't no more such thing as a black race. So let's get out of that shit. There ain't no cultural revolution, all that. You see, basically, we're talking about a spiritual war at this particular time. So, Aether, Chromium, I say Magnetar, I say Jupiter, I say Mars, I say Helios, I say Venus, I say Mercury, I say Diana, I say Ceres, I say Aether, I say Uranus, I say Rhea, I say Zeus, Apollo. Y'all know how I say, get a little louder than that. Ready? Zeus, Apollo, I say Aphrodite, Hermes, Artemis, Demeter, Osea, Tahuti, Maya, Ptah, Sut, I say Ra, Heru, I say Anpu, I say Aset, I say Neptune, I say, let's get a few more of that, Abraxas, I say Mithra, I say Asbra, I say Raheru Mahudi, I say Okwaret, I say Anut, I say Tatanin, I say Sekmet, I say Sashet, I say Sayas, I say Sekhet, I say Heket, I say Peket, I say Reket, I say Siva, I say Shiva, I say Shakti, I say Yemai, I say Odin, I say Frigga, I say Valda, I say Loki, I say Thor, I say Freya, I say Freya, I say Sif, I say Nephthys, I say Nut, I say Apis, I say Tyre, I say Dagon, I say Dogon, I say Cthulhu, I say Nyarlathotep, I say Shub-Niggurath, I say Abathos, I say Brahmin, I say Brahmini, I say Vishnu, I say Ramachandra, I say Shiva, I say Indrasutta, I say Sita, I say Hanuman, I say Lakshmi, I say Vinsiya, I say Dhammavaleno, I say Marasha, I say Bridget, I say Adamwerdi, I say Ohu Pirelli, I say Ohu Shango, I say Ozuni, I say Edoedo, I say Alaka, I say Alafi, I say Obatala, I say Oduduwa, I say Orunla, I say Ogun, I say Shango, I say Oshun, I say Elegba, I say Ishu, I say Yiminya, I say Rishi Oku, I say Nakupa, I say Obelinga, I say Oshozi, I say Olakun, I say Omitutu, I say Anitutu, I say Ilitutu, I say Tutu Elegba, I say Kosi Ka, I say Kosi Arun, I say Kosi Ido, I say Kosi Oku, I say Kosi Intana, I say Kosi Patabala, I say Akababa Haya, I say Mojo Ogo Alafi, I say Mojo Ogo Orisha, I say Mojo Ogo Idutun, I say Mojo Ogo Iku, I say Nilabara Nibali, Olamare, Ibali, Olarun, I say Nikamasi Ogogo, I say Babalasa, Yilasa, I say Nikamasi, I say Ra, I say Ka, I say Ba, I say Ab, I say Ku, I say Sahu, I say Captain, I say Ket, I say Tekim, I say Osir, I say Sut, I say Ama, I say Nyama, I say Bara, I say Na, I say Nomo, I say Ama, I say Yuguru, I say Yuguru, I say Kuntu, I say Digitarian stages, I say Sutnesi, I say Sutnubit, I say Atan, I say Vedra Atan, I say Metatron, I say Melchizedek, I say Sutek, I say Raziel, I say Kaziel, I say Rubiel, I say Lakiel, I say Haniel, I say Michael, I say Iniel, I say Allah, I say Allah, I say Layla, I say Imama, I say Huzima, I say Muzimu, I say Tamara, I say Shingu, I say Tamara, I say Mamu, I say Marambu, I say Rarimti, I say Musimu, I say Bodo, I say Da, I say Seldo, I say Fa, I say Yi, I say Maralisa, I say Si, I say Mawa, I say Neka, I say Kanapan, I say Makra, I say Maya, I say Sansaman, I say Manampo, I say Sansaman, I say Kanapan, I say Sasabam, I say Mikiel, I say Mikiel, I say Yeshua, I say Ishu, I say Bridget, I say Marduk, I say Tiamat, I say Maya, I say Mut, I say Nephilim, I say Nanu, I say Elijah, I say Tahuti, I say Anpu, I say Mim, I say Ptah, I say Amun-Ra, I say Ra, I say Abra, I say Abrahadabra, I say to all ancestors, to all gods known and unknown, I say. So the Hemmitt family, the Shaw family, the Davis family, all my family members, count 3, 1, 2, 3, start talking about your family members that's passed on. 1, 2, 3. I say. We started writing this particular information down for the 300 or 400, 500 years, 5,000 years. We wrote this information and we cataloged this particular information. Some of it got burned up and did it in battle because you can't destroy knowledge. Then somewhere in the process of 2,000 years up to the time of the fall of Spain, we literally gave the knowledge to white people so they can be the custodians, thinking that they're doing this, getting this knowledge for themselves. They would actually save the knowledge and preserve the knowledge for us. So the New Age movement is not for white people to advance. They think they're doing it for themselves. As a result, they have preserved the particular information for us. And now we are able to get it because we knew after coming out of slavery, we wasn't going to print no books. We just now starting to read. You understand what I'm saying? Plus, we don't have the money. Plus, we're not just talking about the basic black experience that come with Afrocentric knowledge. We're talking about knowledge that has to come from all over the world. So the white man, being the great conqueror that he is able to steal everything from around the world and put it in one library. And as a result, you get these Llewellyn publications, Samuel Weiser publication, and indirectly, inadvertently, they're giving the knowledge to us thinking that it's a new age for them. So now when we started waking up, we just go to a bookstore and get it. But we don't need the masses of the people to do it. We only need who we got right now. Because the masses of people ain't never did but one thing, what? Died. You see what I'm saying? We only need what we have right now for the whole masses. So it's almost like the spirit is always guiding this stuff. Even when they think that they're doing something for themselves, they're doing stuff for us. You see what I'm saying? So now this particular knowledge is back because we systematically put it in their hands so we can get it at this particular time. And now we're at the golden age, but unlike the 60s, unlike the 30s, because you know we got the 30s that came around, you had a renaissance, then the 60s come around, you got a renaissance. You understand what I'm saying? Unlike that, or the late 1800s, you got a renaissance, you know, with your reconstruction. Unlike that, this is for keeps. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't going beyond where 20 years or 30 years down the road, we looking and saying, yeah, remember brother named Bobby Hemmitt was talking, you know, Brother Delbert Blair, or the whole Afrocentric thing that went down, Leonard Jeffries or Dr. Ben, and we'll be reminiscing on these fellas, just like we reminisced on Marcus Garvey and all the people out of the 30s, W.E.B. Du Bois. You understand? No, this ain't going down this way because this is the final stuff. Why? Because we got the completion of the knowledge. The first stage in the 30s was just basically a black identity, period. Then in the 1960s, it was just a black, basically a black person getting themselves in a certain position. Then the first leg of the Afrocentric movement is where we actually permeated Kemet, Egypt, and went back to Africa in a certain thing that we started in the 60s. And now we're into the whole scheme of things because we done gone off the damn planet with this stuff. You see what I'm saying? UFOs, astro bodies, got the diet going on, disappearing, doing rituals, doing this type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And it's going. But now it's here, but right at this particular time, because it ain't going beyond the particular time that we're dealing with right now. So people say, well, man, you've been saying that for the last 3, 4, 5 years. It's been over the last 3 or 4, 5 years. You got to understand, if a house is on fire, you might not calculate the time when the actual wood might burn to the ashes, but you'll just know that the house is on fire. You understand where I'm coming from? So this is what we're dealing with at this particular time. We got to understand. We got to understand why you were here, but on the other hand, we got to understand that we got to stop looking outside of ourselves. Now, the first leg was to be humble. And humility it's supposed to be, you don't supposed to ask yourself the question, whether I'm humble. It's supposed to be just natural. The next thing is to get to a particular point where you start taking responsibility, but not the responsibility that most people think of cleaning up the neighborhoods and doing this kind of thing and doing that kind of thing. Taking responsibility of being God's. I want to say one thing before I get into hard copy, and this is going to really, this is a really a mind twister here. So you're saying, well, how do I know? Because we got black people saying it's black economic thing. Some people saying it's black economics. Some people saying it's black politics. You understand what I'm saying? Some people saying it's black liberation as far as getting guns and stuff. Some people say it's black reparations. And all of that, but I want to show you something here. If we agree, now this is gonna actually, it's gonna clarify everything and break it down to the least common denominator. So you're saying, damn, what path should I take? Then we got people that say black spirituality, but then we got two groups here. We got what is called black fundamentalism, telling you to pray to somebody, and you're a wretch. And then you have what is real spirituality. That's what the priests used to learn, and that's what you're supposed to be dealing with now. Now, which one are we going to deal with? If we're going to deal with black spirituality, we'll just rule out fundamentalism because basically that's going to failure for us. Nobody prays more than us to God, no. So, you know, we're going to rule out that. But let's say black social, economical, and, you know, that whole thing of what all you people on TV talking about. Versus the spirituality, that you can't see, but you calling the spook shit. Well, that's spook stuff. Let's see about this and see what's going on here. Here, we all agree that in Africa, in the ancient times, they were supposed to leave behind a model of something that we were supposed to get once we come out of our sleep to get on this side of things, on this side. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let me break this down again. First of all, we do know, based on the scriptures, get the version of the world. The version of the world, Anna Kingsford and Maitland, where Tahuti, they actually give the 500 years of history, show where you're going to go into slavery and all that, as well as Kabbalah. You got all religious document that gives you when we were kings and queens till we went to the middle classes up to now. We can prophesy into the future. Now, this is the point I'm trying to ask. If we agree that the ancients or we left ourselves something behind to get on this side as a blueprint in what we should follow, then we got to understand this. If we go back to any ancient civilization, I don't care what it is, whether you into the Hebrew thing, whether you into the Moorish thing, whether you into the Egyptian thing, whether you into the Asian thing, whether you into the Indian thing, is the East Indian thing, or whether you into the Native American thing, you must all agree on this. When looking at the blueprints are supposed to get us out of this. Why is it that the only blueprint that we have left behind is spiritual material? Seemed to me, if it was about black economics and being equal to the white man, and we must pull ourselves up by the bootstrap, then they would have left material behind to say, this is what you're supposed to do to be successful in business, this is what you're supposed to do to be successful in your community, this is what you're supposed to do to teach your kids. But yet you can't find none of that. The only thing that you can find is religious material. That meant that when we fell, it was over then. But when we were supposed to rise up to take back the planet, we wouldn't be needing the stuff that we did 2,000 years ago because we did it for so long. We did it for 1 million years. So if you did something for 1 million years, and you're supposed to go to a metamorphosis, and you go into the cocoon stage, you don't come out of the cocoon stage to be a doggone caterpillar. You come out to be a butterfly. So we have done all the stuff, and the only thing the white man is doing is copying us. He's copying us badly, but he's copying us. Can you understand what I'm saying here? Anybody got any problem with this? What I'm trying to tell you is this, that if we were supposed to be doing all the stuff that all the Negroes are sitting around tables on TV saying we need to be doing, and it's like a broken record. We don't build this. We don't own this. We don't do this. Why is it that you can't find no religious material, no ancient religious material, even if you talk about fundamentalism? All of it tell you at the end, the shit is over. That's all. I don't give a talk on what you say. If you take any one of these books, the spiritual book, the Kabbalah, the Book of the Dead, the Book of Common by Day, the Bible, the Quran, all of it got one last page. The shit is over. It don't say nothing about being no doggone Donald Trump in no last day. Right? So now all of a sudden we got egos. We want to do what we want to do. But we don't want to do what we supposed to have done in the first place. What we said, what our high self put down for us to do as a doggone, as a blueprint for us to follow. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why we've been talking that for the last 60 years. You see? 70 years. We've been talking about that since Du Bois. Same stuff. Over and over again. That's because we've already done that. You understand where I'm coming from? So now we understand that it's over. That's the key. That's the key to all of it. You must look to the end. Because that's the only way we're going to get out of this mess. Even the great prophet Bob Marley said it on Uprising, which was basically his last album, 1990. The only solution is total destruction. Well, and you should find comfort in that, because that's the only way you're going to have harmony with this devil here. This devil ain't going to have it but no other way. So we got to kick him in his ass. And that's what it's about, getting the power. We're not going to have no peace and harmony with no doggone social change, nonviolent movement of no Martin Luther King bulljive. That government agent. You got to understand that. So now let's get to the lecture at hand and dig our way out of this. Now it's interesting because now, it's funny because now the white man knows this now. And all of a sudden in his churches, they'll now have this new thing of this infusion of black people and black congregations with white people. That's the new thing now. It's multicultural Christian organization. That's because they're trying to save themselves through you. Understand what I'm saying? I got a friend who said that her father was in the Rosicrucians. But the father was black. But the white man just used the father because the father could get on certain realms and get certain information from them that they couldn't go to. And he would get information for the society. He ended up dying and they didn't even help the man. But they do that and they use us as the battery. So now the new thing is they got this preacher down in South Carolina preaching to an all-black congregation, a white man with kitty cloth on. See what I'm saying? Kitty cloth on. So this is the new thing now, this infusion. So when our God come to get them, try to get some of us too. You see what I'm saying? But then again, in any spiritual uprising, the devil always was more spiritual than so-called the people that God was coming after. The devil always knew the knowledge and bear witness to it. See what I'm saying? So that's the new thing now, is this particular infusion. We're going to go past the stuff the last couple of months. Try to understand something. So now, you had the movie Rosewood come out. Anybody saw the movie Rosewood? Yeah. Well, go rent it on video. I'm quite sure, because I'm quite sure it's out of the theater. Right. Which was a great movie, and everybody should have went to see this particular thing because it showed the actual how the devil was. Now it's interesting because to counter that, the reason why most people didn't see it and it wasn't a big hoopla is because they put out Booty Call, this ignorant behind movie, to counter that movie. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I think it was another movie that came out. They put out Baps. What was the other movie that came out that was positive? This other movie, which was pretty good, it was, middle class thing, but it wasn't bad. Love Jones, which was a pretty decent movie.